Hello, my name is Cassidy and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, thanks for hanging, thanks for stopping by, hope you stick around. To bring you up to speed, I am writing a dark fantasy novel, basically about the female main character that has amnesia because she was brainwashed, and is discovering her pivotal role in the story. And it is called Project Nameless. So now that you're up to speed, today is Monday. It is currently 5:36. So just got done with work. Also, this clock is not accurate. I'm pretty sure the battery's dying because it's like now it's an hour behind. So eventually we'll need to change that. Eventually. Not now, though. If you have been following along, the goal is to get out of or complete my escaping, my whole escaping plot point. We are like phase 1 is complete, working on phase 2, and I spent my lunch break today really just kind of bullet pointing the sequence of events that need to happen in this phase 2 of it, and so I got it pretty dialed in, so I just need to basically put it together and put it on in the chapter. It's likely to just be this one chapter. I'm not expecting it to be 2, but who knows, might get carried away. It happens. And if it does, it's fine. Or it's just a really long chapter, not the end of the world. So yeah, that is kind of where we're at. I feel good now that I got some of the logistics figured out and some of those details that I'm like, I kind of know what I want to do here, but I just didn't know how I was going to describe them for when the time came. So that was part of my lunch break of like figuring that out. So yeah, ain't nothing to it, just got to do it now. So we'll check back in here in a little bit. Talk soon. Bye. Welcome back. It is now 2 hours later, so it is 7:32. So I did end up writing for 2 hours, which is great. I finished the chapter. Yes. So, great news. Finished the chapter, and we have now leveled up to open world. We are now out of this particular scene or area and are free. So, I wonder what will happen next. Only time will tell. But I definitely ended this chapter on a cliffhanger, which is the whole point of this whole section. But how did it go? It went pretty good. I think that having that bullet point of just different particular things that needed to happen and line them up, and then also having an idea. I had to create a creature. I didn't have to. I had a creature in mind, but I didn't really know what they would look like. So I kind of had to create a whole background history on that. And that's kind of what I did on my lunch break. So that helped when I had a better idea of what they actually looked like. Creepy, but I like the idea of them and what they stand for in all of this, so it'll be kind of exciting to see that kind of play a part in the story. Anyways, so having that figured out helped a lot because that was part of the logistic that I was like, ugh, I know there's a creature, but like, what do they look like? So yeah, got that sorted out. It went pretty good. I do know I need to add a little bit more details in this, but again, that is a second draft cast situation because we are just getting down the bare bones and the foundation of the story right now. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I'm so happy to be out of this area. I feel like it's been so long, but honestly, in the last like 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks, however long I've been filming and writing more consistently throughout the week, this has progressed so quickly in such a good way, in my opinion, where I would probably, if I didn't pursue more days of the week with writing and having you guys as an accountability thing, I probably will still be maybe reaching the escape thing, like I would be not as far along, essentially. So very happy, and thanks for the accountability. So appreciate it. So yeah, hell yeah. So this chapter ended up being 2,938 words. How much did I write? Because again, this was in addition to the scene that I previously wrote. So let's see how much I actually ended up writing today. In my 2-hour session, I wrote 1,735 words. It says 35 of my words were elsewhere, which was part of my like background creature research bit or whatever that I put in a different file on Scrivener. So obviously that doesn't count, but I mean, words are words. 1,700 words, which is still, that's a little above my 800 a word an hour count. So I was kind of moving along, which is great. But again, crushing it. Love that. Chapter 11 done. I was also thinking that I probably will update my draft or my outline. Sorry, not my draft. My outline, my chapter outline when I get to the end of Act 1. Just because things are changing a lot, and I think that will be a good like reset period before I dive into Act 2. Just making sure things line up, and then also just kind of recapping essentially what happened in Act 1. Like, yeah, I'm writing it right now, but there are some things that happened in the earlier chapters I'm sure I'm forgetting. So it would be like a nice little recap before I do that. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the chapter outline is at the end of Act 1, I will go back through that and while I plot Act 2 as well. So, yeah, so pumped. Okay, well, that's all she wrote for today. I may write tomorrow. We'll see. I might still take tomorrow off because, again, it's a deload week, so I won't be in the gym as long as I usually am because training is not as hard, obviously. But I might just keep Tuesday off and pursue on Wednesday. And since it's also getting towards the end of the month, I might blend Wednesday as a end of month recap. I'd like to do like a word/chapter, like just recap of what I've done for the month. And that's something I kind of want to do moving forward, where it's like each month I kind of recap how much I've written, how far I've gotten, I don't know, something like that. So I haven't decided if I'm going to blend it in with this video or not, or if I'll keep it separate. So we'll see. TBD on that. Sick. Well, I'm going to go celebrate the rest of my day. And I will talk to you guys later. Hi, gang. You know what day it is. It is Wordy Writer Wednesday. TM. Just kidding. Still have yet to settle on the name, but it's slowly just becoming that. Anyways, so a little update. It is currently 3:41. I am on a work break and I just wanted to check in with you guys. So I ended up writing on my lunch break. No, I didn't film it or anything. It was very much an impromptu, just like writing session. I do have an hour lunch break, so I just took advantage and met my hour requirement, minimum requirement by the way, and just wrote for that whole time on this next chapter, and I ended up writing 741 words, so pretty much par for the course, and it went really well. I am happy with it. I am excited to see where this goes because again, we're in the open world, so to speak. And I'm just really excited to see where this next few scenes take me. I do have an outline and I have some cute ideas coming up, and I can't wait for some wholesome moments to happen. So very excited to be writing about those here shortly. But I wanted to take a moment too, because today is July 1st and I wanted to do a June monthly recap as well. So just kind of reflecting on this month, because the month of June is when I really started filming and being more consistent in writing more frequently. And really in general, feeling wise, I'm stoked. I am very happy with how fast things have progressed and still feeling very balanced. Like I don't feel like I've overreached or very burnt out or anything. So that's been a really just solid feeling to experience, that confirmation that I am currently on the right path. of what I was hoping would be the case and what felt right for me in this moment, or in that moment when I made the decision to really buckle down and write this story some more frequently. And so, again, overarching feeling and consensus, no regrets, happy with how things are playing out. If I can talk, that would be great. And I just feel very proud of myself as a whole, because this is something where I'm like, yep, the sense of fulfillment is very strong right now. And so I know I'm on the right path, and it's just exciting to continue to feel that way. So I just wanted to take a moment and let's see what my writing history shows for month of June, really. So looks like I don't remember what date specifically I really started filming. I'm going to be completely honest. But looking at my history, it looks like I last wrote was like May 27th, and that was like 391 words. And then I didn't really touch it again till June 10th. So there was like 2 weeks that I just did not touch it. June 10th, I wrote 368 words. And I do remember that was just like on my lunch break, like just briefly throwing some things down. And that wasn't very much, which is totally fine. So I do want to tally these up for how many words I've written for June. I couldn't tell you how many chapters, to be honest. I think it was chapter 6 that I was on that I started filming. So essentially, I've written 5 chapters since that point, because I'm on chapter 12 right now. So excellent. And maybe for the next month, I'll keep closer track of like how many hours I've written in general, and how many chapters along with the word count. But for this month, since this was kind of just an impromptu decision, obviously I don't have that data. I just have the word count and then just what I remember. June 10th, I wrote 368 words. And then June 14th was 855 words. And I believe that was a wordy Wednesday, I'm pretty sure, because that's about an hour worth of words. And then June 15th, I did 805. June 17th, I did 845. And then June 20th was 1615. And then June 21st was 1371. June 22nd was 681, that Monday. June 24th, 930. June 27th, that was my locked in day. No one can disrupt me. 2,263 words. And then June 28th was on Sunday, and that was 69 words. And then Monday was solid as well, 2-hour session, I do remember, and that was 1,700 words even. Yeah, I did do like 35 words on just some character development stuff, so I'm not counting that towards my draft. And then I'm not counting today because it's technically July, so not counting that. But total for June as a whole, I've written 11,502 words. That's crazy. I know some writers or just people in general can be like, I do 10,000 words a week. And I'm like, that is insane. Like, I would love to get to that level. But I'm very happy with like the 4 to 5 that I've, I'm kind of averaging. Maybe it's like 3,500 to 5,000 a week. So it's just like, I know if right now I think I'm at a total of 2,500 words or something like that. Or sorry, 25,000 words total right now, give or take a little bit. So I know that the 30K mark is within reach here pretty soon. And maybe that's later this week. Maybe that's next week, but it's coming up. So yeah, that's crazy. That's really cool. And just knowing that in the last 2.5 weeks of June is when I really started to lock in. And just knowing like, hey, I was still moving things along, but I was at the 400 word mark, and that's just not really doing much, because like looking at May 27th, it's 391 words. May 20th was 248. May 15th was 662. Like, I was still moving the needle, just not as much as I was hoping. So it's just really cool to see that my numbers have gone up tremendously, with my commitment and my discipline to just more time with the writing the story out. And I'm excited to see what a full month of progress will look like. So come August 1st, we'll do July, and we'll do a recap of then. And I'll be better about like logging maybe like the times, so I can know how many hours I've put in on just writing this. I think that would be just kind of cool to see, because right now I'm kind of averaging 4 days a week: Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. And then obviously the weekends I'm doing longer stints. So that would be cool just to kind of see how that all pans out. So yeah, very proud, very cool to see. Great start, in my opinion. Very biased, but that is very much my feelings right now. And yeah, and the story is just really getting started. And I'm very excited for this next phase of the story. Like, I'm still in Act 1, but there are many cool things that I have coming down the pipeline that I'm excited to start exploring a little bit more. We'll take, little victories as we go along, because either way, the story is progressing, and super pumped about it, to be honest. So, as if I would lie. Yeah. According to Scrivener, I've been writing for 38 days, which I know is not entirely true, because I did move part of the story over from a different document. That is the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out and being here and witnessing these little victories that I am slowly but surely accumulating, which is great. I so appreciate ya. I hope to see you guys in the next one, so please like and subscribe if you would like to continue to follow along. We'll talk more soon. Love you, see you, bye.